Lori was going to speak, because we all know what comes out of her mouth when she speaks, and that's just hard to sit through after such an emotional time with the victim impact statements. I'll tell you, I've gone to church all my life, and I counted up once. I've been in over 12,000 hours of church, and I have never heard a sermon better than JJ's dad, Todd Trahan, today in the victim impact statements. That was the best sermon I've ever heard. So whether you're religious or not, I recommend that a few minutes of his impact statement to you. That was beautiful. And so those moments like that are what makes all of this worth it. Makes it worth it to come to this emotionally terrible sentencing. But you get a few moments like that make it worth it, and to see the reason, everyone asks, why do you have to do more trials? She already has life sentences. But see the victim impact statements, that all the people that are helped by that has made it worth it. So I was glad to be here to support those people. I love being here for Kay and her family, for Brandon and his family, for my family. It's worth it for that, but tough to go through. Can I answer any questions?
Yeah, it seemed like Lori was once again a bit defiant. So just talk to me about, you were pretty close to her in the gallery.
Well, I've adopted my youngest daughter's philosophy here. My youngest daughter was Lori's nanny, or Tylee and JJ's nanny. And when I asked her about, in following the case, and if she wanted to know more, to talk about it, she said, Dad, my expectations of Lori are so low, I'm just not putting any energy into it. And so my expectations of Lori today were so low, I was just, I cringe when she opens her mouth, and we all have to hear it, but my expectations were low, and they were met on a very low level.
What did you think of the judge's comments afterwards to her, when he spoke directly to her about fading away into obscurity and also sort of correcting her on the law? Any thoughts on the judge's remarks?
Yeah, I want to watch them again because I was enjoying them so much. I may have missed them because I was enjoying the last thing he said. I think they were so appropriate for her, and I appreciate the work he did all through the trial, the patience of the man when he had to put up with all that. I just appreciate it.
What's next for your family?
Well, this is a huge relief. And so we're going to stop talking about it and hopefully stop thinking about it. We're still, we're a family like everyone else, still healing. There are other things going on in our family that are terrible, just like most everyone's family. But at least we can do a little bit more with this. I love seeing my niece Summer here. I wondered why the heck she came, so I had to go over and ask her, because it's not tougher on too many people more than it is on Summer to be here. And I admire her strength of being here, and just love her willingness to be here to heal some. And those are parts of the family we all need to heal inside our family. And so there's going to be a lot more of that going on.
Can you spell your name for us, please?
Rex, R-E-X, Connor, C-O-N-N-E-R. Yes, I know Alex and I look alike, okay? When he is alive and not part of a ridiculous cult, it was a family joke and kind of fun. But yeah, I'm Alex's uncle also, and I recognize there's a resemblance.
Thanks for your time.
All right, you bet.
As Lori was walking out, Lori did not look back. possibly could have been on the front row, left, and Lori did turn around and look at her and nod as they walked. And he asked me about Colby too. Colby, as we know, has been hospitalized now twice, mini stroke, meningitis. These are very, very scary things.
Just say one more thing. Doesn't have to be on camera, but we are so grateful to y'all in the media for covering this story for years, covering the story. It's been such an important part of everyone being able to heal from it. First taking them the story initially, and then since you traumatized them with that, sticking with it so they could heal. Thank you all so much, sincerely.
Colby was able to give a victim impact statement from virtually, despite even being near the courthouse, we were able to come in person. And it was heartbreaking to talk about losing his entire family, his father, his sister, his brother. And almost losing Brandon, who he is now very, very close to and starting to be. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is Larry talked about, and he said something that Larry's powerful, he spoke right to Lori and on Zoom, and then Larry was followed by Susan Vallow. Susan Vallow was able to be as well. They were together in Louisiana, and they were able to both share about Susan's as brother and Larry's brother-in-law. So something that Larry mentioned was that he said to her, and what Larry is referring to when he states that they were trying to kill me was a story that he told us, Lori actually, us, John and where he believes that Lori tried to poison him with fruit salad and felt that he was going to die on an airplane afterwards with several days. It always felt that Lori attempted to poison him. And I believe him. I think we've seen evidence that that's something that Lori does. She poisons people and jugglers without their knowledge. We know that also. She did that with Charles. She did with Jason. There is actually a Munchausen by proxy diagnosis in the family history chart when it comes to the steps. No, it's Charles' son, Lori's stepson. Not to do with fights. There's a lot of evidence that Lori would give people medication or things that they did not need without their consent.
That's for you.
No, you're good. I'm kind of screwed in here. It's okay.
That's fine. All right.
You need canopy. Everyone's a lot. Megan was just over here for a quick second. I also saw the juror Victoria, who is also on the team. A lot of people that were from here probably that I would like to talk to.
I say, you know what?
I was going to grab all of her
Anyway.
Kay Woodcock at one moment tried to turn the mic towards Lori, which I felt was completely appropriate because although Larry was on Zoom, virtual, he spoke this scene directly to Lori. All things were true with that same thing. She was requested not to turn and look at Lori, but to look towards the judge more so. But at the end of her statement, it was heart-wrenching. She turned to Lori and she yelled loudly and said, I trust that we're all is heart-wrenching for me. They've often talked about, the grief that is the sadness, how tragic it affects everyone. Later during the bathroom break, we're hearing the judge, Sabrina actually asked because we heard that there was some yelling. Suddenly there was. Their hearts broke for the people in their community. There's Kresha. Kresha, can I turn this on you? and just tell you, say you did a wonderful job? You don't have to say anything. You don't need to say anything. What? Well, I'll keep
getting
it
out
off
of the way.
No, it's fine. I'll keep it off of
And
Krisha. But
Stacy
Krisha,
on
you
my
did a
number.
wonderful job.
They know pretty much.
You did a wonderful job, Krisha.
I'm getting out of the way.
You're just saying.
I see that Nancy
Thank
Joe
I'm
is
gonna
up
ask
here
one
as
if I
well.
can get.
I'm really proud of my brother and mom. I'm really proud of mom. She was like taking, like ready to go, and then Trina was like, and I was like, Mom, she's coming. Aunt Vicky said,
Judy Brooks,
Aunt Vicky said,
Aunt Vicky's daughter.
right, Jill,
Rot gel, yeah.
right
Something you want to say?
You go first.
Thank you, I guess. I don't really have a lot to say. I think I shared what I had to say in there. So, but we appreciate all of you guys who've shared our story over the last 6 years. We want to know, want everyone to know we're grateful that our justice system worked. So, anything you want to add?
My name's Jerry Vallow. I was Charles's brother. Well, I am Charles's brother. And this is over, and it's done. She got what she earned, and she's gonna spend the rest of her life in prison. If she ever gets loose in Idaho, she comes here to finish. So the bitch is done, and it's over. That's it. We're going to eat.
There's a great taco
Thank you,
place down
beer.
there about a couple miles.
That might be a first restaurant.
By the way, Lauren, I started watching you when I think it was the Idaho 4. I started watching because a friend of mine from LA told me about you and John, and that's when I started watching you guys.
Oh, okay. And I just need to get up really quickly. I'm going live
No,
right now.
I'm leaving, so anyway, it was nice.
Were you able to get a?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
My dad always, he's a photographer, he told me always ask for a picture, no matter who it is. Anyway, take care, you guys. Thank you.
Okay. Another victim impact statement I really loved, valued was young Boudreaux, Brandon's wife, who talked about the survivor guilt. And so, and the idea that somebody on this case, somebody wanted to take a father away from his children. She watches his children into bed each night. Pray with them, scriptures with them, and support them, and how heartbreaking it would be for his children not to have their father. Brandon Boudreaux's sisters also spoke. His new sisters who loved him dearly, and his children also spoke. And he also spoke and talked about the moment that here's Todd, so JJ's father. JJ's father and his son walking together. Incredible.
Oh, yeah, really, really. That's. We are so glad to say our mission is accomplished after 6.5 years of her hell. We're done. And I never have to see her again, talk to her again. She can never call me, and I won't be calling her. And God bless Charles and JJ and Tylee and Tammy. And I thank Lori for being such a stupid criminal. And Chad. Her and Chad. Stupid criminals.
What'd you think of her impact statement today? Before, I mean,
It was the
obviously didn't
same,
address much.
like the interview last night. It was just regurgitated from her interviews before. That's all she does. It's just regurgitation. And I'm like, I wasn't gonna watch it, and I'm like, it's short. So I did, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought she'd say.
What do you think of the judge's statement to her?
I love Judge Boreski, and I think he did great. And I don't think we could have had a better judge. And he's a better man than a lot of people putting up with her like he did. I'd have had to hurt her earlier, way before he said anything. But anyway, that's why I'm not a judge.
Kay, do you think she'll ever take responsibility for what she's done?
No, never. She will never. And they say never, but I'm saying never. She won't. She will not. And even if she did, what is the truth? Does she even know it? Or she would fabricate it and guess her way. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. That's not anything I think about or talk about or care about. But I really don't have a lot to say, guys. We've got some things to do. But this is my son, Todd Trahan. This is JJ's biological dad. And I'll scoot up a little bit more. And he just wanted to say something real quick.
7 life sentences. It's a number of completion. She got what she wanted. I'm going to see him again one day. Thank y'all.
All right, guys. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Kay.